Okay, hi everybody, welcome. This is a slow flow tonight, and we will be focusing on really grounding the body, so rooting in. And this kind of practice is really nice, especially if you may be feeling kind of tired or depleted and you're not quite ready to go to bed yet. It's a nice way to boost your energy without really getting yourself all wired up. So all you need tonight is some space with a yoga mat or without. And if you do use props, something that could lift the floor up to you. If you're in a forward fold, in a class, we may have bricks and blocks, but if you don't have those things tonight, that's okay. You can always use a chair. You can use a stack of books, anything that you can get your hands on that's close by. All right, but like I said, you don't need anything really, just yourselves, and bringing awareness to the practice tonight. So you can check in and really get a sense of where you stand, where you're present. Okay, so we're actually gonna start in child's pose. So we're gonna be down on our mat with the knees apart, and the big toes are going to come together. Okay, and feel free to stretch the arms out in front of you and drop in for a moment with a few soothing deep breaths. Okay, let's go for it. So when you're in child's pose tonight, take the knees really far. Maybe you like to the outsides of your mat, and the big toes are toward one another. And like I said, the arms can stretch out way ahead of you, and relax the forehead down to the ground. Now, if your forehead is kind of floating up off the floor a little bit, that's totally fine. But if you do need some head and neck support, you can always, again, bring those books or a pillow, whatever you have under your forehead, and settle in. So we're just taking a few nice deep breaths here, breathing in through the nose tonight. Why don't you let the breath out with a sigh? So just letting go of the day, letting go of anything that's kind of stuck on you, that's staying there for a while, that just needs to go. And notice as you are breathing here, how your body starts to react to this stillness. Softening the body, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the jaw. And then go ahead, if you would, and just bring your hands so they are around your feet. So maybe that means they are touching your outer ankles, or they're wrapped around the heels. Whatever works better for you. And then bring the forehead back to the ground again. Noticing here, if you can bring the breath in through the nose and out of the nose this time. I know it's allergy season and you may be feeling congested. So just go ahead and, find a rhythm of breath that works for you. And then go ahead and take those arms straight again, lift your head, look at your fingers, really stretch them wide here, and then lift your hips up. Walk the knees in so that they are underneath the hips. And then go ahead and continue to walk your arms a little further away from you. Keeping your hips lifted, soften the heart down. So find a fold. Toes are flat. Try to relax your head, relax your neck. Notice the shoulders. Gently allowing them to open and settle. And then we'll start to lift the head up a bit. And then go ahead, please, and take your right arm under your left arm. All right? Right arm under the left arm. As you do that, reach under, threading the needle, and you can rest the side of your head on your mat. Now, if that seems too far away for you, bring the head to a pillow or another prop. Or if you're okay with it, keep the head lifted. But notice your hips here. So try to keep those hips in line with the knees. And that way your sits bones are drawing somewhat apart. And you can get a sense of the tailbone actually lifting up a little bit. So your thigh bones are lengthening. And there's going to be space then around the muscles through the legs. Now start to notice the shoulders. So as you are reaching under, notice the back shoulders kind of softening away from one another. And stay with this for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice and steady. And on your next breath, start to bring yourself back up to center, and we'll take it on the other side. Notice if this feels any different. And if there's discomfort in the body when you are bringing these shapes to your body, then know that maybe something might not be working right for you. And it's okay if you don't do this, all right? You can always modify. If your top arm is uncomfortable here, you can release the elbow down to the ground. Go ahead and take a few more breaths here. Noticing the shoulders. And then when you're ready, start to lift up. And we'll find the hands underneath the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. So go ahead and roll through the spine. Pull your navel into the spine. Feel that broadening. And then inhale, lift the heart up, lift the tail up. We'll go ahead and roll through the spine. Feel the rounding. And then inhale, lift the heart. A few more times. Round through the back, feel the space between the vertebrae. Inhale, lift. One more, round through the back. And inhale, lift the heart. We'll come into a neutral spine. Let's curl the toes tonight, you guys, and then lift the knees off the ground, press your hips back. We're in a downward dog, but we're going to keep the knees bent. Feel the tailbone lifting up here and your thigh bones pressing back. Let's soften through the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the space along your ribs. And then begin to straighten the legs as much as you can. Use the space on your mat. And then with the next breath, inhale, heels lift up. Exhale, heels go down. Inhale, they lift up. Exhale, they lower. One more breath, lifting and lowering. Let's soften through the knees, look between your thumbs, and step forward. Inhale, take a big breath. Exhale, fold, drop a little deeper. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, fingers can come to shins. Exhale, fold. 1 more, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Let's stay folded, you guys. Put a nice bend in the knees. And bring your hands to the hips. So your thumbs are pressing into the low back, the back of the pelvis. From this point, straighten your legs. So your fingers are in your hip creases, and then deepen the fold, hinging down. From here, inhale, halfway lifting, keep your hands on your hips. Exhale, fold. And inhale, please come all the way up, root through your feet, rise up, roll through the shoulders, lift through the heart. Hands are still on your hips, drawing the elbows back. And then release the hands from your hips, take them all the way up in the air. Big stretch, lift up, look up. Connect the palms, fold, let your thumbs travel through the heart all the way toward the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold, let it go. Soften through your knees and step back into plank, but please lower to forearms. So we're coming into a forearm plank tonight. Holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. Press the forearms into the ground, knees to the floor, lower the belly, and then lift Sphinx pose. So we're gonna just draw the heart up. Hold this one, 2 more breaths. And then release all the way down to the mat. Take your arms alongside your body, locust pose, lift the heart. The feet can lift as well, but keep the front of the pelvis anchored. 2 more breaths. And exhale to lower down. Hands are right next to the rib cage. Curl your toes. Press yourself up and back, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Just shake the head yes, no. Find some space. Look through your thumbs and begin to walk forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And an exhale to fold. Let it go. Inhale, come all the way up this time. Rise up, arms come up. Reach, stretch. Connect the hands and fold all the way down. Thumbs slide right past the heart. Hands toward the floor. And an inhale to lengthen. And exhale, step it back. Forearm plank. This, of course, is an option. If you prefer straight arm plank tonight, that's fine. Holding it here for 3. Drawing the navel up into the spine, 2. And 1. Pressing your forearms to the ground. Lower the knees, lower the belly, lift the heart. Sphinx pose, 3 breaths, toes are spread. Quiet breath. Lower down all the way, arms come back alongside your body, or even interlace the fingers. Locust, lift the heart, lift the toes, spread them, breathe in, 3 breaths. And an exhale, release down, hands next to those ribs, curl the toes, up and back, downward dog. Find your space, feel yourself grounded. Nice deep breath. And then softening through the knees, look between your thumbs and we'll step forward. Lengthen out your spine and fold, drop in. Inhale, come all the way up, rise. Connect the palms. And we'll draw those thumbs right to the heart. Stay here, please, and pause. Just notice yourself as you stand, as you are grounded, feeling the feet rooted. Feel your heart beat. And then on the next inhale, please take both arms all the way up and stay here. Hold this. Press the front of your pelvis forward. Lift the arms up. Slide the shoulders back. Feel all 4 points under each foot grounded. Big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer heel. Connect palms, and we'll draw the thumbs right into the heart. Go ahead from this place, finding your tree pose. So we can go ahead and take the right foot and bring it to the inner thigh. So the right foot is going to come up. You can place it above the knee or below the knee, your choice. Find its placement below or above. I'm going to stick with below for now. And the hands can stay right into the heart center. So noticing the energy of the body traveling up along the spine here. Feeling your core, the belly and the back. And then noticing your gaze, softening it ahead of you, relaxing into this shape, but feeling the strength of the legs and the hips, the belly and the back. Feel free to take the arms up, find the stretch, maybe even looking up. And then connecting the palms, lowering the thumbs back down, and lowering your foot to the floor. So ground yourself, really root in, take a breath, and switching sides. So now figure it out. Where does your foot want to go? Below or above the knee? Try to hug everything right into the midline. Engage. Feel that energy start to move up the spine. Shoulders back. Feel free to take the arms up. Find the space. Nice smooth breath here. And then we'll connect the palms, lower the thumbs down, and lower your foot to the floor. Anchor through the feet. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And exhale to fold. Thumbs slide past the heart, hands go toward the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. Stay here, please. Stay in this fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and fold. Stay here, soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up again, rise up, arms come up. And the thumbs right back into the heart center. Stay here, pause. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this right leg all the way back and then turn the toes so that you're in a straddle position. So notice the distance from ankle to ankle. Sometimes we can compare that to wrist to wrist, the wingspan, and then you may want to tweak it a little bit here and there. So coming into this forward fold, ground through the feet, energy through the legs, lift through the heart, and we're hinging, we're leading forward with the heart. Find your fold. So wherever the hands can land today, maybe they want to stay on the hips, maybe you want to bring your hands to the floor, but if you're somewhere in between, feel free to even grab a chair. If you have a chair nearby, if you're near your couch, you just bring your hands to that furniture. And what that does is it gives you a firm foundation. So here's a foldable chair, for example. I would bring my hands, maybe my elbows down. So I get a nice long spine, side body super long here, tailbone's gonna lift, and my thigh bones are gonna press back. And then, of course, if you don't need or you don't want to use a chair or a prop, the hands can certainly come all the way down toward the ground. Resist the urge to draw the hips too far forward or even too far back. So find that place of balance with the body here. The elbows can bend. The crown of the head is going toward the floor if you're in a deep fold. So make this your own. This is your own practice. Tune into what your body needs. And if you're not sure, just try one variation or the next and see what feels better. So go ahead and just lift the heart here. So it's as if you're taking a half lift with the straddle. And then fold, drop in. If you are in this deep fold, let's go ahead and take your left hand to the outer right shin. And then you can take your right hand on the low back and give yourself a little bit of a twist here. Feel the grounding through the feet. So it's as if you're creating some traction. The feet press down into the ground and it's like you're trying to drag them together, but they're really not moving. And then we'll come back to center, fold a little deeper. Halfway lifting. And then just go ahead and take your right hand to the outer shin. Left hand behind you, a little bit of a twist. Root through the feet. Take your breath, and we'll come back to center, find your fold. If your feet feel like they're slipping away from you, you can toe heel the feet in just a bit. You want to be able to feel the muscles in the inner thigh as well as the outer thigh working. Another nice deep breath. Inhale, halfway lift, ground through your feet, bring the hands to the hips, and then continue to lift all the way up. And we'll toe heel the feet in. So you are now going to come into standing. And with this, inhale the arms all the way up, lift, look up, and fold. Totally let it go here. As you are folded, go ahead and just turn the head to the right, to the left. Press the hands in the back of the shins. Fold the body a little deeper. Maybe you press into the back of the thighs, wherever your hands can reach, and you can comfortably fold. That's tuning into what your body needs. And inhale, lengthen through that spine. And then fold, let it all go. All right, you guys, bend the knees, come down to the ground, find a seat. And we're gonna take the legs just gently on the floor. I'll turn this way for you guys. So we're gonna come into seated, but with the legs long, and then bring your head down to the ground. So the back of the body's in the mat, and we're gonna take this right leg up in the air. Now, as you take the right leg up, notice if you need to bend your left knee. So when you bend the left knee, you may get to bring this right leg in a little closer. Okay, so test the waters. If you want more of a hip flexor stretch in the left side, see if you can straighten that left leg. Feel free to even walk the hands up, so away from the thigh, and walk up to the calf. Feel free to lift your head up, Drawing the navel into the spine. Now, if you have a towel or a t-shirt lying around, you can always loop it underneath your foot if that helps you out. Feel free to lower the head back down, rest the shoulders into the mat. And then we'll gently go ahead and bend the right knee and lower the right foot to the floor. Next breath, inhale, left leg comes up. Get a sense of what you can hold on to, back of the thigh, calf, or loop something around the bottom of your foot. Navel's gonna draw in deep to the spine. Feel free to keep that right knee bent or straighten the leg. Go ahead and rest the head down while the left leg stays up. Another deep breath here. And then a gentle release, bend the left knee, and we'll place the left foot on the floor. And then go ahead and slide that left leg all the way down. And just roll the hips side to side a bit. And then we'll bend the knees and bring the feet mat width apart. So your feet are mat width apart instead of them being stuck together. And we can take the knees over to the left side. And as you do that, if this causes too much strain, especially in the upper thigh, you can start to stack the knees. That's totally okay. This way, this version, just kind of gives you a chance to open up a little bit more in the top of that right thigh. Hands can rest on the rib cage, or even feel free to take them overhead and reach behind you. Notice the belly starting to drop, the weight of your bones releasing. We'll go ahead and bring the knees up to center and then over to the other side. Just check this out, make sure it works for you tonight. And then we'll go ahead and bring those knees right back up to center, and then slide the legs down to the floor. And we're gonna come into our Shavasana. So this is your Shavasana. You make it exactly how you want it to be. This is a nice time for you to really absorb the practice that you have, invited your body to take part in. So we're gonna lie down on the ground. If you have an extra pillow laying around, you can always slide it underneath your knees for extra support. That's always kind of nice. Again, if you don't have anything, no worries. The legs will rest down to the floor. The arms can go out to the side. And start to notice your breath. So as the breath moves through the body, allow it to drop deeply into the belly. And then feel the exhale completely carrying out. Try to draw the exhale out a little longer than your inhale. You can soften the eyes, the skin on your face. Relax the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. Feel any heaviness in the arms release. Feel the weight of the hips and the legs drop a little deeper into the ground. And allowing this exhale to carry out any stagnation or stress that the body has been holding on to, and welcoming this inhale to draw in a breath that's invigorating and really nourishing to your body at this time. Stay here for a few more breaths. If you'd like to stay here a little longer, you can go right ahead. Just drop in and just be. If you are ready to close your practice, just gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can allow the eyes to gently open, and then find yourself rolling over onto the right side. Subtle shift using your arm to support your head. And then we'll press into the hand and the arm and bring yourselves up to a seated position. And connect the palms together and just rest the thumbs in the center of the chest into this heart space. And take a moment, send the breath in, feel the exhale, and just give yourself a lot of credit for practicing tonight, giving yourself this time. Namaste, everyone. Thanks so much. Take care, and I hope to see you all again really soon. Come back to this practice whenever you want to, whenever you're feeling a little tired or depleted. Take care, everyone.